Okay, so not a lot really going on this evening with the Warts and All stream. Um, my combat character is currently sat in his carrier. I was thinking I might go make some money. My industrial has actually clone jumped to Amar because I had some goods transported out here earlier, and we're actually manufacturing them now. I'll just switch the captures because I think that might be fun to show briefly what he's been up to. So I'll just switch the captures quickly. There's probably a way to do this automated, but I'm buggered if I know how to do it. There we go. So, why have I got my industrial character in a Mars space? Well, earlier on I set up a courier contract with the Alliance carrier team. Just check the sound levels quickly. So, and they brought some junk into HiSec for me. So I clone jumped here to sell that and pick up some bits and pieces from my research headquarters, which is a station in Minmatar space where I keep my blueprints. And I brought a pile of the blueprint copies up with me. But some of the blueprints that I brought from Null-sec were items that probably won't be much use when CCP bring in the update in August, which is going to be removing bonuses from player-owned stations, making POS towers more or less redundant. Now, I'm interested to see if they replace them with something or not. Rumor has they won't. We'll see what they do. So, I had a few items left over that I need to get rid of. Blueprints I'd found through exploration. One of them was the Dark Blood Energy Neutralizing Battery, which is a faction neuting platform that you can sit on a player-owned station. Player-owned structure, which is one of the POS towers. And the other item I wanted to get done with was the Dark Blood Control Tower, a medium tower. And this is again a faction tower. So as you can see, it's an Amarian tower, but it has the Blood Raider's skin on it, which is why it looks like it's covered in gore. Again, faction towers, quite valuable, but their price has dropped considerably since the announcement that CCP are pulling bonuses away from towers and eventually killing them all completely to be replaced with citadels. So I've building them just because why not? Let's see what happens with them, what CCP decide to do with them. And if they compensate for removing from the game like they have done with other items in the past, I might get something in exchange for it. I might just get a straight ISK swap. We'll have to see. But other than that, it's just see what happens, really. Just see what happens. There was no point in holding on to the BPC because I'm fairly certain the BPC would be worthless. So might as well build it, get rid of it. And then if they do decide to comp in some way, whoopee, I've got comp. If they don't decide to comp, I've built a tower and they'll probably give us some option to get rid of them, even if it's just break it down into materials, which I will do and promptly build something else. So the items still have a little time to build. In fact, the tower has 5 hours left to build, so that'll be done tomorrow. The energy neutralizing batteries have, what is that, 38 minutes left to go. So I will go across to the other station where I have some other faction items that I'm currently contemplating selling because the value on them isn't too bad. Let's have a look at what their current market price is. Where did I put them? There they are. Oh, someone playing with fireworks. Amar isn't as dangerous as Jitter as a trade point, but it's still pretty risky to mess around the undock. Love these faction skins on the stations. I've been stuck in Null-sec for so long that I haven't seen these. Excuse me. Right, let's have a look here. So, massive stack of blueprint copies that I'm sending out to Null-sec. Some heavily researched BPOs that I'm going to start producing out there because There are some ships, some items I can build that will be used. The Caracal is currently quite popular. You can also research it to Tech 2s because the Cerberus is currently being used a fair bit. My Panther blueprint probably won't see much action, but the Hurricane I can probably burn out 4 of those and call it a day. The Sleipnir blueprint, I got quite lucky with a research run, and I got a Sleipnir blueprint, so I can probably get one of them out the window. That would be nice. I know that we use the Sleipnir as a command vessel. The Typhoon blueprint, I build a Typhoon and then I convert that Typhoon into a Panther if I so desire. Excuse me, what the hell? Panther, obviously a handy bridging platform, and obviously being a Black Ops battleship, it's quite effective too. Reactive armors are used by a lot of the Ratters, and I have tons of BPCs, so I want rid of them. The Meditation Medium Armor Repairer, I'm confused by this. It says Young Technology. I'm not entirely sure what to do with it. I mean, it's meta level 7. It's quite high meta level, but I don't know how effective it is. So we'll have to see if I can use that, if I can do anything with that. Portcullis Reactor, same again. This is a Takmal technology blueprint. I can't do them yet. I need to research this Takmal technology. But I'm taking the BPCs out there anyway, because there's no use having them in high sec doing nothing. And the same with the Enterprise Remote Tracking Computer. I need Galente encryption methods up to 4. But this is a faction tracking computer, and I know a lot of current fits are using tracking modules, including our capital vessels. Some of them are using those. And that's a meta level 6 tracking module. I wonder, is that even on the market? I haven't seen these before. Oh, 17 million a pop. That's not too bad. That's worth building and selling. How many runs were left on that? 3 runs, so there's 3 of those. Entrepreneur Remote Sensor Booster. It's a faction sensor booster. And these are meta level 6 again. Another 13 million. And the magnetometric firewall blueprint, which is a signal lamp. These are probably not as popular. Meta 6. Let's see what they sell for. 10 million. That's not too bad either. So some awkward skills to train to get those out the door, but I'll worry about that when we get out there. The Portcullis Reactor, I think, is probably not a bad one. The meta level on this is 6, but faction reactor controls 24 to 25 million. They tend to go down quite well. They tend to scale well with the vessel you plug them into, so they tend to be a little bit more useful than the faction weaponry, with the weaponry being obviously restricted to a specific hull size, whereas these low salt modules can go on pretty much anything. Svipple BPC, I don't even remember where I got this from. I think I might have bought it from somebody, but again, I can build 5 Svipples if I can find the necessary materials. Which, in all fairness, isn't actually that much. The 10 RAM Starship tech's a bit awkward, but the rest, there's not too many there. Probably rare items that might take some doing. Target Spectrum Breakers, I have no idea if people use those. I'm just going to try and get rid of some of these BPCs because I have so many of them. Do they sell? Do they sell? Yeah, there's nobody selling them in LR anyway. Now these are the items I want to get rid of. The Dark Blood medium laser batteries. These are, again, POS defense modules. You deploy them around a player-owned structure, and they're basically just turrets. They sit there and blap anyone who comes near. These are an Amarian variant, so they are obviously laser-based, but these are the Dark Blood faction versions, so they are slightly more effective than the standard. Again, I'm not going to do a full stack comparison because Eve's UI makes that very difficult to do. But these tend to go for... These are currently going for anywhere up to 60 million, although some people seem to be attempting to offload them quite cheaply. So we'll have to see. If those sell, to be honest, I'd be quite surprised if they sell, purely because, as I said, CCP are taking the POSs out of the game eventually. and they're turning off their abilities in August. So they are effectively going to be useless once that happens. Which is a shame, because I finally find a blueprint that could make me some money and CCP pull the items. Anyway, never mind. This is all going out to null-sec, as I said. So later on, I'm going to run. I might do it now. I'm going to run a contract just to get these out to my staging system, which in this case is 7UTB. So I'll create a contract. Now, excuse me if I briefly cover the contract window, just because I don't want to give too much information away. Yeah, we're just going to mess around with the size of this window. There we go. Okay. No one can see who I'm making this out to. Lol. Okay, that's all good. I will pay money. Oh, wait, no, hang on. Do you know what? You know you're tired when you select the wrong courier, wrong contract type. I set it as an item exchange instead of a courier. You have to select, yeah, I want to select everything. Oh, bugger off, we'll start again. There we go, cancel that, right. Try again. That was me screwing up the contract. There we are. Right, so that's him. That's all them. I want this to go to 7UTB. That's my home system at the moment. And it's going to that one. Okay. The reward is 5 of those. Collateral. Yeah. There we go. 7 days. Description optional. Next. To destination. Reward collateral. There we go. There we go. So that contract is going to go over to my current staging system. I will just fix this because this is in the way. There we go. And that's my industrial guy pretty much done. He's not going to do much more now until those production runs are finished and I can drop those items out of the factory and decide what to do with them. So that's pretty much it for him for now. There's not much more he can do until I can jump clone him back to null-sec. So we'll leave that for now. He could, I suppose, prat around in high-sec, but I really don't want to do that because high-sec is cancer. Not literally, it's just a miserable, miserable place that I don't very much enjoy anymore. Right, so we will switch these back. You go there, and you go there. Voila. I'm certain that there is a faster, more efficient way to do that. I'm just banjaxed if I know how. Alright, so what's happening in this system? Lots of discussion about signatures for some reason. Got any mail? I have mail, but it's all good. Yeah, it's the expedition unit. There we go. Alright, notifications. It's all going to be new mail. Oh no, wait. ES contributions. Someone shared an ESS. And I got 1.5. 780. I got next to nothing from the ESS because I wasn't online beforehand, obviously. I'm on 3 bill 128 million. We're doing alright there. Go away, Discord. Don't care about you. There we are. That's the pond. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 Some weird stuff going on my the stream community I'm with, these pond guys. Led by the hilarious, or at least I was introduced to it by the hilarious Ludicrous, wherever he is. I hope you're having a good one tonight, Ludicrous. So we're going to muck around with a carrier until things happen that stop me mucking around with a carrier, which will inevitably happen because someone always comes along and interrupts things. So we're just going to have some fun with the carrier. See what's going on. Yep, that's me. That's me. Right, that's fine. We're going to just get off this bloody stations. These citadels are as bouncy as the old state. But look at this. Look at this. Look. Look at that. Yes, that is the Bastion's logo hovering above the citadel. This is one of the changes that obviously CCP have introduced, is making the Alliance logo appear on an Alliance-owned station. So this station is owned by the Bastion. It has the Bastion logo. My own station is in a different system, but I should go and have a look at that sometime, because it should also now have the Bastion logo. Which is a nice change, I feel. I'm quite pleased with it. So we're going to go find something to kill. I'm going to start by jumping into some of these and see if we can find something shootable. I want the havens with the asteroids in the middle because the rest suck. And again, there's a substantial delay built into the stream, just in case. You never know. So I do apologise if my replies to your questions in chat, if there's anyone in chat, are a little delayed. Because I will reply as soon as the question comes up, but then the actual answer won't display in the stream for a while. Might be faster just, you know, giving answers. We'll see. They also changed the appearance of the icons for the engineering citadels. As you can see here, this little rectangular object with the points over it for the Satio, 1 point for the Asbel, and a tiny little box for the Rataru. Yes, my Rataru is going to be that tiny little box as well. We pop a delay in. It's actually not that big, Lockster. It's only about a minute, I think. Mainly because it's not such an issue for me, because I don't have a lot of people watching me live. Most of this stuff goes on YouTube, but it's a good habit to get into with Eve, because people will watch the stream to find you, to hunt you down and kill you. We call it stream sniping, and it's lame. Ah. Alright, somebody here. I guess I'll move on.
Warp drive active.
I don't know who feels the need to do this in 2 carriers. That's a little overkill. Nice to see more Nidhoggers on the field. Min-Matar for life, yo. What's my industrial dude doing? He's just floating, waiting for something to happen. So we'll see if this next one has anything going for us, or whether it's occupied too. Just chuck you a follow there, Lockster. Thank you for dropping by. ELW next. Let's see what we got here. Nope. Oh, what? You're doing this in it? Oh my goodness me. That's brave. But hey, if it works, it works. Oh.
Warp drive active.
Some of the guys who fly with us run strategic fleets. They're obviously out to perform a particular military objective, and they will stream the fleet, but they will have like a 15-minute delay on the actual video intentionally to throw off people who may be trying to watch the fleet through a stream. It's kind of a common tactic nowadays. You'll see a lot of people will have spies, cloaked ships in enemy staging systems, and will literally just watch the enemies undock the stations in that system, waiting for large groups of ship to undock so that they can say, guys, you know, there's a massive fleet of ships just undocked, get safe. It gets a bit weird. There's definitely a strange meta in the way they do this. It's quite cool. On the other hand, it's quite frustrating because stream sniping obviously feels a little dirty because it's kind of outside the game engine itself. So let's see where we go.
Active.
Yes, you've detected a Stargate. That's fantastic. But I bet someone else is already running it. This is a very PvP game. Every ship you see that isn't one of these little red triangular icons are NPC pirates. This gentleman here is a player. He's blue, which means he is part of my alliance, so he's friendly. But there is, I'd say most of this game's content at the moment is PvP. There is PvE, there's missions and quests you can do, but they form quite a small part of the overall experience. The majority of the player base, well, I'd say maybe 50-60% of the player base is based in what we call Null-sec, which is where I am, which is basically unpoliced space where no holds barred PvP happens all the time. Ganking, ambushes, invasions via wormholes, gate camps to keep people locked in systems and then catch them on the way out. All of these things occur regularly, and everything is fair game. Everyone is a target. There are absolutely no rules beyond beyond these borders. Once you get out where we are now, there is nothing to stop you from killing anyone. The only reason I don't shoot these guys is because I'm part of their alliance. There's literally no game mechanic to stop me from opening fire on people that are blue to me and destroying their ships. It is literally just a player agreement that we will work together. So if you're into heavy dosage PvP, this is the kind of game to... Well, it's quite violent out here, yes. But the benefits are that it's also quite valuable. So while I enjoy PvP quite a bit on this character, it's not the be-all and end-all of my play. My industrial character is heavily involved in manufacturing. He is also based out here, but he's based out here because the rarest ores and minerals in the game are found in asteroid belts out here. So while it's incredibly dangerous, it's incredibly profitable. And that's kind of the drive of EVE. The higher the risk, the higher the reward. So you come out here with your ships, you join a group of guys who live out here, or you just invade space and decide to take it yourself. If you can hold that space, you can make a lot of money. You can make a lot of income. You can buy yourself bigger and shinier ships. If you can't hold that space, you get your ass kicked and get kicked out and end up back in high-sec or the pirate-infested low-sec systems, wishing you had a couple of ISK to rub together. So it is kind of high risk, high reward. It's whether or not you're willing to take the risk and come out here. Fortunately, the risk decreases as you get into the larger coalitions, and the coalition I fly with is one of the biggest in the game. We are part of the Imperium, which is, I think they are actually the largest in the game at the moment. It's a huge coalition, absolutely massive. And nigh on indestructible purely because of their size. Doesn't mean we're safe. We get attacked a lot. We get attacked a lot. So it's this is I guess the end game for EVE Online. It's getting out here and claiming space, actually owning a piece of space. That's kind of the end game of EVE. What do we do once we're out here? is we fight wars against other alliances. There are the space in Eve is massive. There is loads and loads and loads of systems that can be held and maintained by different groups. If I zoom out a bit, this is the entire playable area. The system I am currently flying in is this one here, this tiny little place over here. There it is. This is this entire space. This whole solar system is where I'm currently flying, and as you can see, it's just one dot in this enormous map. Now, a large section of this in the middle is owned by what we call the empires, the NPC empires here. But all of this stuff on the outside, all of these areas on the outside are controlled by players, literally held and controlled by player factions, like the one I fly with. What do we do with our big shiny ships? We wage war on each other. We kick the snot out of each other. We invade each other's territories. We try and conquer more space. We retreat, we advance, we lick our wounds, we make more money, we go out and try and kill people again. Only, I think maybe 6 months ago, our entire coalition was attacked by every other null-sec entity in the game. So all of the other null-sec zero space alliances banded together and attacked us in our space, and we had no choice but to retreat. So we had to fall back from this absolutely enormous invasion. And that stuff happens all the time. I want your space because it's got something I need, so I invade you. You've got something in your space that someone else wants, so they're invading you. I get invaded while I'm invading you because someone sees an opportunity to kick my butt because I'm busy elsewhere. It is just a big old corkscrew of wars and messiness out here. It's fantastic. When we're not fighting wars, we do this. We go out, we kill stuff, we